Ding ding. Exactly. I mean, it was a very important mute to have because I was getting around in here beforehand. So I was like, no one needs to hear me, like, banging around here. Most excellent. Alright, so, where we were up to in Callahan's. Actually, first, before I do this, I'm going to move this over here. So everything's on the one screen. So, I believe who we've got next is good old Alfie, who's over here. Well, first let's have a talk to Josie after we've come back from her mission.
Hi, Jake.
Remind me not to go out with you to pick up a pizza. We'd probably end up in Italy battling the mafia.
Hey.
No, sir. Not me.
It's okay. You've done your good deed for the day. And
Whee!
no good deed ever goes unpunished.
She winks at you. This gives you a pleasant little warm feeling inside, knowing you won't have to wake up alone tomorrow. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So, you know, I've had a good day. I went and saw my cousins because they're about to, move. It's kind of like, you know, at the same time, it was a bit of sadness because, well, you know, what's it called? We're not going back to that house because they're moving out of there. And that house, my aunt and uncle made together. They built it, had it built. So it's like, oh, never going back there again. But it was good. There was pizza. They were getting rid of a whole heap of tools because my uncle was very much into making stuff and all that. And they also had some of my my grandfather's tools as well. So it was like, oh, my mum cleaned up whole heap of these really old stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, I got a saw. And I know that sounds like a weird thing to be excited about, but we had a tree fall over in our back garden like a couple of years ago, and we've never had a saw that's been able to cut something big like that. So I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna saw that old fallen down tree up. That's gonna be my December. But on the more fun side, because I was talking to because her partner is the used to be my co-worker. I like passed over all my work stuff to him so that he could return it rather than me having to travel into the city just to do that. And he was like, because he's technically the manager of that area, he's like, you know, I've already had it approved that the moment that someone leaves our team, you're getting the first offer of going back in. And he's going to see if he can get me some like temp work there, like. So I was like, you know, I'm happy to do just a couple of days here and there. It's because it's good money. I know the job and all that, so you don't have to worry about leading me on. But, so if nothing else, I'm going back to my old job. Not to the department I didn't quite like, which is where they went, hey, we don't need you. But the actual job that I liked doing. I just have to survive and keep applying for stuff in the meantime. Let us continue on with what we're actually supposed to be doing, which is talk to Alfie. It's Alfie, the time-traveling flim-flam man. He has some nerve showing his face around here after his last con. Imagine trying to sell band uniforms to a town without a band. That might play in Iowa, but this is New York.
Jake, oh God, Jake, make it stop.
What in the world is wrong?
I did something I shouldn't have.
Oh, you want me to sound surprised?
I took a pill. It's called voyatrazine.
Never heard of it.
Oy.
But that's because it doesn't exist in this time. I got it in the future, and it's driving me crazy. It's supposed to make you psychic.
Hey, did I just hear him right? What did he say that stuff does?
Makes you psychic?
Yes, oh, and it works. It works so well it's killing me. Oh, make everybody stop thinking.
Whoa, calm down, Al. You're okay.
No, I'm not. I can hear everybody thinking at once, all the time. I can't make it quiet. Oh, I can't take this. It's everybody thinking at once, and it goes on, and I hear things nobody should ever hear, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Is there an antidote?
I don't know. I don't think Dr. Duplicitous ever made one. Oh, sweet mother, this is horrible.
He breaks down into tortured sobs and grinds his face with his hands. You're in a bar. That's precisely the place you go to stop thinking. 100%. Okay, so, can I talk to you
Jake,
more?
you're not helping me.
Oh, thank you, Dee Dee. I shall hydrate. Wow, I hydrated the wrong way. Wow. Oi. Yeah, don't breathe the water. That is exactly what happened. I breathed in the last little bit of it.
How can I help you?
Al grabs you by the lapels and brings his face close up to yours.
Ah, you're a lifesaver.
I wish I was a Tic Tac instead. You have...
Yeah, bad breath, I know. Everybody's been thinking that all night. That's not important. I want you to take my time sled. Go back where I came from and get the antidote. Hurry!
Cool. I thought you said there might not be an antidote.
I thought you said there might not be an antidote.
So they'll make one up. They're smart. They can improvise. They'll do it for you, Jake. They won't do it for me.
Why wouldn't they do it for you?
People like you, Jake. They know you're a
yeah.
nice guy. They like to do things for you. Me, on the other hand, I'm,
A devious little crumb?
well, I was gonna say I'm harder to get to know.
Everybody get their waders on.
Okay. You mean you want me to go to the future?
You mean you want me to go to the future?
Yes, you'll love it. It's an adventure.
How far in the future is
It's an
it?
adventure game.
It's not even a couple of 100 years. What does it matter? Go on.
Why can't you go?
Why can't you go?
Oh, I can't think straight. I'm going insane.
He must have gotten somebody awfully angry with him.
Stop that. Just because they're a bunch of crooked, narrow-minded... Oh, Jake, you gotta help me.
All right, I'll help you, man.
All right, I'll help you. But you're gonna owe me for this. Big time.
Thank you. Oh, Jake, I'll be good after this, I swear.
Please, don't grovel.
But he does it so well.
Well, yeah, but then get him a Tic Tac first.
There's something else. Please,
What?
put me out of my misery. Give me something. Put me under.
Through his tightly clenched teeth, you think you hear him whimper something about being slipped to Mickey. He mashes his face with his hands, pushing the flesh around in a uniquely human method of making it feel better. I can just imagine exactly what that is. Hey, Mickey Finn, you wanna slip him a Mickey? Oh, how's your love life?
How's your love life?
Pitiful. Yours?
Hey, who do you think you're talking to here? This is me. You know folk singers get all the girls.
No. But hum a few bars, and maybe I'll remember it.
Ooh, rich. Was there
Jake.
actually anything I need to actually say to you? Oh, I suppose I can ask him this.
Since I'm about to go into the future to help Alfie, do you think I'll create a paradox?
God, I hope not. One of them is more than enough.
Hey, I heard that.
Think it's probably Mike's
Yes,
probably gonna be
something for the Angel of Mercy?
Yes, please. Can you make him a Mickey Finn?
Mike, I need one of your patented Mickey fins.
We won't
I'd
make
be
him
happy
drink
to
the
oblige,
tall man.
Jake, but I'm missing the most important ingredient, the drops that put the finish in the Mickey Finn.
Which is...
Sodium pentothal or halothane are traditional, but any general anesthetic would do the trick.
Ooh, do I still have the morphine from the previous mission? I do! You hand the little vial of morphine to Mike.
Gee, thanks, Jake. Morphine really says it all. You just want me to hang on to this?
Yeah, put it in your first aid kit or something.
Okay, thanks.
Cool, so now if I ask him
Yes, something for the Angel of Mercy?
Can you make a Mickey Finn out of that morphine I gave you?
Coming right up.
whoop whoop! Callahan swiftly assembles a small drink using a tiny bit of the morphine you provided. He hands you the finished drink, which you in turn had to Alfie.
Ah, you're a lifesaver.
Al quickly downs the drink, and almost before he's even finished it, a look of blessed serenity comes over him and he slumps to the table unconscious. Oh, I don't know if he's gone. Let's search the man. You search Alfie, all you find is an old recipe which seems to be a curious thing for Alf to be carrying around. On a whim, you decide to take it with you. And his hat. This is Alfie's hypnotic beanie. You're not sure how it works, but it seems to be semi-automatic, which isn't dangerous as it sounds. You've successfully knocked out Alfie with the Mickey Finn. It's a little late to start an upward conversation with him. Okay, let's look at the recipe. It's a recipe for Civic Mild Dill Mix. Now, from what I remember of this one, we go up a ladder. Where's the hatch? Feel it? Yeah, there it is. You hoist yourself up the ladder, push the hatch up, and find yourself on the roof. Just on the other side of the hatch is the rooftop. You stand up and look around. It's a time sled! The time sled the horse Alfie rode in on is conveniently parked on the roof. He must have learnt a lesson from the guy with the falafel wagon. Oh. After a cursory scan of the time sled's body, you notice what seems to be a key sticking out of the red-rimmed metallic plate. You slowly turn it step by step, inch by inch. And then... it's on! You take a seat in the idling time sled and make a quick scan of the instrument panel with its numerous settings, dials, gauges, and readouts. On the back of your mind taps you on the shoulder and tells you that you're sitting on something hard. So you reach underneath the seat and pull out a belt buckle attached to the right-hand belt seat strap. The sealed belt strap. Okay, so obviously we've got another typo here. With your eyes still on the instruments, you grope for and pull up the other strap. As you insert the buckle, the panel appears, exposing a small touchscreen. Alright. So, because it's Civic and it's Rebel numerals. So, this will probably be... brain work 0. Just thinking, sir. No, it'll be a 1. That'll be a 0, that'll be a 0, 1, 5. I mean, it's not that different from what this is from memory. Yeah, 1, 5, 1, 1. Hello, that looks like that's correct. Yep, I'm going with it. To the Shady Hood. The time sled begins to vibrate violently. The world seems to fall away and you suddenly feel as if you've been punched in the stomach, given a full Saloon body massage, and dropped into a runway roller coaster all at the same shuddering instant. For the briefest of moments you realize that you're staring upside down at your stomach and your feet are over your head. Just as abruptly the world unwinds and your hand instinctively flies up to your face to block the sunlight. Well, this sounds like a roller coaster ride I'd love to be on. Like turning right side up on a carnival ride, the world unfolds into normalcy. A couple of seconds later, your evening's worth of drinks reclaims its territory in its pit of your stomach. It's brighter out when you left, and you're on street level. You're in an alley, facing out into the street. Nobody seems to be paying you any attention or the sled. And I mean, we're currently listening to Smokey Robinson, who wrote the books, sing. You stand and walk at the end of the alley and look around. If this isn't the future, it doesn't look... Oh, if this is the future, it doesn't look anything like those dark, cold, rainy cyberpunk cities of William Gibson. The streets are clean and uncongested, you can smell good food being prepared, and the skies are clear and blue. Yeah, 2120 looks like shit. I mean, it looks a bit better this way. But, you know, when you start looking at an alleyway... Oh, and some gunshots. I would really like to know how they've done the... Like, I mean, like, obviously you paint the picture to be a full scape, but, like, how you actually program it to actually loop around. Because there must be a seam somewhere, you know? There's got to be a seam somewhere here. Let's talk to Rutzaz. Let's look at him. An unpleasant man with an agitated, fidgety movements of a Dustin Hoffman and the perpetual whine of a Joel Pesci stands just inside the alley, making calls and looking uncomfortable. Ooh, smell him. He smells of cheap sweat and sour cologne. Not to be confused with cheap, sweet and sour cologne, which is considered a grooming delicacy in some cultures. You mention it, same 2 copies side by side and they slide along, but the hotspots move with them. And it would, like, what's it called? It would still have to, like, loop around because unless once you're off one picture, it's going to loop back around. And the hotspots have the same names on them? So yeah, the only thing I can think of is there must be a seam somewhere. There's the time sled. Let's try talking to him.
Yeah, Rube, what do you want?
I'm kind of a stranger
Who
around
are you calling
here.
a rude?
No, I wouldn't have guessed. Hey, 20th century nostalgia dudes have been out for 20 years.
He speaks into his cell phone.
Hold on, would you? I got Poindexter here. Looks like he just fell off of the Soylent Mobile.
Rude. He turns his attention back to you.
So?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who's asking?
Stonebender. Jake Stonebender.
Rat says Puka. Excuse me a second.
He turns back to his phone.
I don't give a flying filbin how much you pay me. You don't say anything about it to her. Are you listening to me? I'll pull you out from that iron lung so fast you're gonna need a thing to put you back in with. I know, I'm sorry. I can't do 5 things at once.
He puts his hand over the mouthpiece and turns to you.
What?
Do you know anything about Dr.
You know
Duplicitous?
anything about a Dr. Duplicitous?
Shh, shh. Gates on a crutch. Rube, keep your voice down.
Oh. He turns back to the phone and holds up a finger for you to wait a moment.
No, look, I'll call you back when it shows up. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna get Parlemo to pay the 2 of them a visit. And I'm warning you, he's gonna take their intestines out and wrap them around themselves and put them back in there.
Okay, so
Look,
obviously
I'll
this
talk
guy's
to
not
you
got a good
later.
follow-through.
I'm really off my stride now. I got this refugee watching me. He's weird with a beard, man. He's not on V. I can read him like a book. And he's gonna get us both killed.
Whee! He turns off his phone.
Okay, Wally, what is it?
You got a twitchy eye.
Why are we not supposed to say his name out loud?
That's a stupid question, and if... Oh, you really don't know. I like a man who doesn't know his way around. See, he don't like to officially exist. It's a tax thing. So when he hears somebody mention the name, well, he gets worried that people will start to think there is a guy named Doc by that name, when there really isn't. I don't like
Except there
talking
really is.
about this. It's a waste of time. Wasting time makes me really nervous. Was there anything else?
So you've got ADHD.
What do you mean you can read me like a book?
He stares at you intently for a couple of seconds.
Nothing. It was a quip. A figure of speech.
That's all?
Yeah, I got work to do.
You and your twitchy eye. Keep talking. Come on, come on.
What now? I'm trying to network here.
What's voyatrazine?
I don't know.
I know it exists. I know what it does.
I know you know it exists. Look, I'll be straight with you because I can read your mind and you can't read mine, and because you're not sticking around here long enough to be a problem for me. So
sweet.
here's the deal. Nobody ever kicks V. You take it once, that's all. You're on it for life.
Why does anyone take it?
There's no warnings on the labels, fruitcake. By the time word got around that it was a one-way deal, we had no choice. You had to take it or you were at this terrible disadvantage when it came to everything. There's a few people who aren't on it yet who were just bluffing their way through it, or else they just stay away from any kind of conflict. It's gonna kill us all eventually anyway.
Okay, can you tell me anything more?
What now? I'm trying to network here.
You know
Tell me
anything
more.
about a Dr. Duplicitous?
Shh, shh.
Yeah.
No.
There must be
Okay.
something else I need to ask him.
Who is Dr. Duplicitous? And why are you saying those terrible things about me?
Hey, shut up. Stop saying it out loud. Listen to me. You're walking around, your thoughts are shouting. It's like you're poking around asking about the biggest evil genius in the country, and you're on his turf, man. This is a good way to get yourself recycled.
He's
I'm glad I'm on his turf.
He's an evil
I need to see
genius?
him.
he sputters and laughs.
Right, sure, listen to me. I worked for him for years. I was a henchman in the organization. And even I never got to see him.
Then how do you know there is one?
You're wasting my time. You want to get yourself recycled? Go ahead. He's right in that building there. But you won't get to see him. You don't have the know-how or the
You won't get
wherewithal
to
or
see
the
him.
whatnot. You gotta be in his private circle, like I am.
Oh. He indicates the large modern-looking building down the boulevard.
Well, okay. I'll be sure to tell him you sent me.
The blood drains from Ratzaz's face.
Don't bring me into this. The organization and I are going through a kind of rough period, you know? Like we're not really understanding each other, hence the windshield.
Tell you what. You give me some help getting to see him, I'll keep your name to myself.
Listen, the big guy's got a private elevator to his lab. I can tell you how to get in, but you gotta do something for me.
Okay, what do you want?
Keep going.
I gave the organization some collateral that I could really use right now. I know where they keep it. I just don't want to be that obvious, you know? To come looking for it when technically we're sort of at odds right now.
Where do they keep it and what is it?
They keep it in the fridge in the first floor lounge. It's not that big a deal, but it's my kidney, you know?
Oh yeah, I can imagine you want your own kidney back.
Your kidney.
Yeah, they came and took it last week when I was a little late getting back to them about something. I don't need it, okay? I still got one. But the one they took, I had it was... There's a sentimental value to it, you know? I signed my name in the snow with it. I had kidney stones. We had history, you know? Anyway, it's not that big a deal. You might need to join the organization a little, but you know, you're going back to, what, the 1990s, is it? So what do you care?
I have to join the organization?
Maybe. That's all I'm saying. Just go get it. They keep the collateral in the little fridge. Piece of cake. Go get it. I'll get you up to see the big guy. Excuse me
guy.
there. I gotta make a call.
Cool. And so saying, he starts punching numbers into his phone and muttering to himself about how if he doesn't get back to D'Amato, he'll end up with his butt in a sling and his head on a block of something. Ooh, root beer. A couple of old root beer bottles bearing the familiar high-res boot beer label, which has been discarded here. Checking first to make there's nothing growing on the bottoms of these bottles, you take the root beer bottles. You roll the plastic jug over with your foot. On one side is an ominous label, processed milk-like food. Ooh. On the other side is a picture of Mama Cass Elliot with the words, "Got milk?" Can I take this? You bend down to pick up the milk jug, but as you lift it, you see a couple of tablespoons of the fluid in the bottom. This yellowish liquid, as you suspect to be a virulent, unhealthy to breathe in, let alone consume, and you drop the jug again. Then again, considering what was originally in this jug, it could be fresh from a processed cow-like animal. Oh, hey, junkie. This sickly-looking man is lying on the ground, twitching occasionally, but otherwise behaving himself.
It's none of your damn business.
What?
Yes, you were wondering about me, and it's none of your business.
Oh.
Does the...
Yeah, but not how you think it does.
Oh.
Can you...
It's not precognition, it's clairvoyance. If I knew what was going to happen, would I have stayed on V? Would anyone?
So staying on V was a conscious decision. You would have acted differently if you'd known it would kill you?
Of course.
You leave the junkie wallowing in his pool of self-delusion. Can I help him? You begin to ask the man if there's anything you can do to help him, but before you begin to speak...
I don't want any help.
Can I search him?
No, don't touch me.
Sorry. Ooh, a tattoo parlor. House cylindrical? The tattoo parlor has a dragon on it, almost as if the building itself had been tattooed. Wonder if most of its customers picked up on that. I can't enter here. The shop is small but clean and not at all seedy the way you expect a tattoo parlor to be. Sitting at the counter is a preoccupied young man who hardly seems to notice your entrance.
The past.
Are you talking to me?
You think you're from the past. You are from the past. Huh.
Yep. So he's on it as well. Here's his beautiful fruit. As a test of his skills, Hervé is attempting to do some highly detailed work on the skin of this pear.
That's a lovely pear you have there.
Yeah, well, I did a little too much THC when I was a kid, and I'm paying for it now.
No, I mean the pear you're working on. You're doing a great job. I have to hand you a lot of credit, which probably doesn't come as a surprise.
Thank you. I hope you don't mind if I don't bask in the glory of your appreciation.
And of the puns. The tattoo artist Hervé Caruso is meticulously tattooing some fresh produce. He seems utterly intent on his work.
Yes?
How?
Voyatrazine. V. You don't have it in your time. Or you may have just gotten it if your friend has sold any. Now, let's see. You're either going to ask me how much the tattoos cost, whether or not I know a certain doctor who shall remain nameless, what I can tell you about an antidote for voyatrazine, why I do what I do, what you should do if you want to buy a tattoo, or you're simply going to bring the conversation to an abrupt end.
How much are the tattoos?
How much are the tattoos?
They start at $50. Don't be so surprised.
I wasn't.
Right.
Right. Do you know Dr. D?
Do you know a Dr. Duplicitous?
It's not my business, but if you value your life, don't go around asking about him.
If I wanted to find him...
Sorry, I can't help you.
Well, we've already found someone that can do that.
Thanks a whole hell of a lot.
Whatever happens to you and your friend actually happened a very long time ago. The two of you are dust. You're long dead and buried. I've got a business and a life in the here and now that I'd like to hang on to for a while.
That's
Sure.
cold.
I'm cold? That's very good. We're paying for your sins here, and we're cold. Look at this place. Look at this city. Look at this planet. You like it? You proud of it? It's what we inherited from you. Did anyone stop for a moment and wonder what really was going to happen when the gas ran out? Did you cut back to give yourselves more time to come up with answers? Or did you just plow headfirst into the wall, accelerating up until the last second, bam, one day it's just gone? Did you wonder what your great-great-great-grandchildren were going to do to heat themselves in the winter?
Global warming? I'm
Topical.
sorry, you set me up for that one.
Oh, we found our solution. We burned garbage. Breathe deep while you sleep. Breathe deep. Pardon me. I have to get back to work.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, sir. We'll be back to you, no doubt, sir. Look at this cool car. Bulletproof glass-tastic windshield, lightweight armor, and aerodynamic ergonomic design. More cargo space than a Ford Financia. Financia? The brand new Hidetsu Mandibula. It's the only car ever designed to simulate a big pair of lips. That's true. You attempt to open the car and find it to be locked. Not with the new Zapstat Crook Auto Protection System. A sensor in the dashboard closes and locks the doors, then reads your DNA structure. If that structure isn't in its database of approved passengers, it automatically applies an incapacitating 20,000 volt shock. 12 hours later, when you regain control of your muscles, if you own the car, you can just drive away. If you're a crook, the rightful owner most certainly would have found you by then and contacted local law enforcement officials. Yeah, let's climb on the streetlight. On some college campuses, that's considered entertainment. There are no lights in any of them. The only two working streetlights, one at each end of the city, and all other streetlights have mirrors inside. The mirrors are angled so to bounce light around from one streetlight to another. It's very economical. Sounds like the car will zap you regardless. It does kind of sound like that, doesn't it? It's also ineffective because of the dolt who ordered frosted covers for the mirrors. Eey. An old-fashioned ice cream wagon is parked on the sidewalk, just thinking about a nice cold multi-pop, the tooth-numbing chocolate igloo bar, or a headache-inducing bludgesicle fills your mind with images of someone else's happier childhood. The ice cream wagon has a large padlock on the freezer door. Can I unlock it? You don't have a suitable key. This is true. Who is this? This statue commemorates the reign of Charles V, England's famous drag queen, who is said to have ruled with an iron in his fist. Using footholds in the statue conveniently created by the presence of meticulously carved static cling, you manage to make it to the top of the statue without injury. You look around for a while, notice nothing especially compelling from this vantage point, and slide back down to the ground. Hello, big man. This muscular-looking man is simply relaxing and enjoying Mother Nature, or rather the meticulously constructed Stepford-wide clone of Mother Nature.
And don't come over here thinking I'm just gonna give you information about where you are or what you're supposed to be doing. He's not my friend, and I don't give a tesh whether you find a way to save him or not. Now beat it. I'm working.
Yeah, but I just wanted to ask you.
I know what you wanted to ask me, and I'm telling you, I don't know nothing about no doctor and nothing about V.
What's V?
Boy, I don't know. Now, will you beat it? I'm on a job.
What's your job?
You are one nosy little Philbin, you know that? I could make that nose a little smaller.
Okay,
Yikes.
Enough said. I understand.
Alright, and then there's this punk man. This young hoodlum is setting off small explosive devices, larger than firecrackers, but smaller than concussion grenades. Most people are injured to this, inured to this kind of behavior by now. And with their flak underwear on, they're not all that concerned about low-penetration recreational ammo.
It wasn't me.
I didn't think it was you.
You did so I could hear you a mile away. What do you want?
It wasn't me. What's up for firecrackers?
What's with the firecrackers?
I'm a cosmologist, and I'm recreating the Big Bang.
That's good.
No, wait. I'm J. Robert Oppenheimer, and I'm reliving my past glories as father of the atomic bomb.
That's good, too. I'm impressed.
No, wait. I'm Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and my hand is the Enola Gay.
Are you a product of the school system here?
No, man, I got it from playing computer games.
You mean educational titles?
No, stuff like Where in the History of Mass Destruction is Sandy Carmanego?
Sweet.
I'll take a few of those, please.
No way, I only have 474 left.
That's a lot. You could share.
Nah. Hey, you're from the late 20th century.
Yeah.
Cool, did you know the Unabomber?
Not personally.
Disappointed, the punk turns back to his explosives.
How would you like me to report you to the cops?
What cops? Besides, you're bluffing. It's written all over your face.
I'll have you know I've shoved people out of airplanes.
Just one. Stop exaggerating.
Oh, rude.
So what's on the top 40?
The top hit right now is Golden Shower and a Hot Young Chicken.
Oh,
wow. Talk about number one with a bullet.
Please don't do anything like that to a chicken.
What can you tell me about Dr. Duplicitous?
Wicked cool, dude. Emphasis on wicked.
Very well spoken. How old are you?
11, but really mature for my age.
I guess.
Now out of my way, I'm trying to blow up ants.
Sweet.
Go back to what you were doing. Don't lose a finger.
You're right, we really shouldn't try and talk people in and out of things when people can read our thoughts. Oh look, it's Ratsaz's car. A quaint runabout looking as if it's just pulled out of the parking lot of Spacely Sprockets is parked on the streets. You can tell by the impact pattern of the bullet holes that whoever fired the gun wasn't giving any thought to creating a nice symmetrical impact pattern. The windshield is still attached to the car. Fortunately, you can't run nearly fast enough to need your own windshield. You walk over and peek in the window of the brass knuckle. It turns out to be a supply store for body replacement parts. This couple is reading menus and trying to decide between the Luis Primavera or the Corpus Delectable. You look over their shoulder and recommend the Filet Shiro, a teriyaki dish combining steak and avocado. Okay, apparently this man doesn't show up on any of the hotspots, so we'll leave him alone. Is this old lady?
Excuse me, what are you having?
Soup.
What kind of soup is it?
Broth of a boy.
Soup's on, says Grandma.
I'd like another glass of near water, please.
Near water?
Oh, you're not my waiter. I'm sorry.
She looks at you even harder.
You're definitely not my waiter. You're from a long time ago.
You're even older than I am.
Oh, you're older than I am. Sorry. I'm a little slow.
That's true.
How did you know?
Well, you can't very well keep a secret from me, can you? I know what you think.
That's all we need. We all need old women to know exactly what we're thinking.
Are you taking voyatrazine, or are you just highly intuitive?
Oh, I'm afraid I'm not very intuitive. No, I take a little nip of the V from time to time, for my glaucoma, you know.
I didn't realize it was good for glaucoma.
Yeah, how does that work? Here's another couple. The women are talking about President Throckmorton's impending impeachment for letting her husband, an illegal alien, work at home without being paid taxes or Social Security, without being paid taxes, Social Security above and beyond, over and above what he'd earned on a suspiciously real estate investment scheme funded with soft money from the Iraqis. The worst thing is that it's more complicated than it sounds. They ask you how you feel about the current administration. You call their bluff and whine about the corruption, hypocrisy, and pandering and broken promises. This seems to satisfy them, and they nod enthusiastically before going back to their proposing their own analysis. Here's the ice cream man. It's the ice cream man, and you admire the cut of his jib. His concealed weapon barely breaks through the lines of his starched white uniform. The ice cream man crabbily informs you that he's eating his lunch, and he'll be with you when he's finished eating his dessert. This store gets a lot of abuse. People always seem to be in such a hurry to leave. You start to go inside home cooking. It's too cold inside and there's something about the smell you really don't like, so you go back out the front of the outdoor seating, or what they sometimes refer to as their beer garden. Where is the door I'm supposed to be going through. A panoply of modern architecture fills the horizon, starting to realize how many windows you're probably looking at. Not one of which actually opens. There is a door somewhere. Is it here? Ah, the Underworld Center. Yes, that's what we're after. When you walk into the stunningly audacious Underworld Center, frigid air-conditioned wind blasts you in the face, causing all your big facial pores to slam shut with an audible clank.
May I help you?
Just looking around for the moment.
Well, okay, then I won't disturb you.
You don't disturb me, baby. It's a dusky red number 9 in C condition, some crackling, 20% loss of elasticity. We're only describing in so much detail, so there's so little to look at on this desk. I'm taking that rubber band. You pulled the rubber band off the packet of cards. You pretend to drop and lose the rubber band on the floor, while secretly scooping it up and dropping it in your pocket.
You just stole that rubber band.
Yes. I'm sorry. Are you disappointed in me?
Heavens, no. We'd have been disappointed in you if you hadn't.
This is true. But let's talk to this. Well, first, let's look at... Despite her wide-eyed, slightly manic bearing, Lurleen, the Underworld Center's pleasant and perky receptionist, is much smarter than she looks. Pictures just won't do her justice. Attack her? Let her go, she's a good kid.
May I help you, Mr. Stonebender?
Is everybody in this town on Voyatrazine or what?
Just about. I really like knowing what people think of me. I think it's so important when you have a people job like I do, you know? You should really try it before you go back to your own time. And really, the chances are quite good that it won't kill you the way it's killing your friend. Now, which answer did you want?
What? Which answer?
What is this place?
This is the Underworld Center, regional headquarters for the organization and its wholly owned subsidiaries.
Cool.
What sort of subsidiaries?
Law firms, advertising agencies, sports franchises, the liberal media, the radical right, the executive, legislative, and judicial branches of the United States government, and several thousand related industries.
Okay, what does the organization do?
What does the organization do?
We're a philanthropic establishment devoted to the attainment of social well-being through a return to family values.
Really? That sounds worthwhile. Family value?
That's correct. All the donations go towards increasing the value of the Corleone family.
Ah, yes.
This is all on the up and up, right?
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, it's all legal.
Oh, not all the time. But whenever we're informed of the illegality of one of our fundraising techniques, we make sure to have the law taken off the books. We haven't found them all yet, but we're working on it.
Thank you for the information.
My pleasure. Do drop in again.
I shall.
Yes, sir?
Where do I find Dr. Duplicitous?
I'm sorry, there is no Dr. Duplicitous today. Perhaps I can help you with something.
Maybe. I'm looking for some sort of antidote to Voyatrazine.
Yes, I know, that struck me as so funny. We don't make anything like that. I don't even think there would be a demand for it.
Wouldn't Dr. Duplicitous be the one to speak to? He invented Voyatrazine, didn't he?
I believe that's just a rumor. You know, we do have a number of criminal masterminds and consulting evil geniuses who might be able to teach you to create something yourself.
Ooh.
Really? How long would that take?
Well, it would involve joining us here and taking classes, working your way up with everyone else. But I'm sure a bright young man like yourself would move up very quickly. And just to help your friend, I think it's wonderful.
What if I want to join the organization?
Well, it costs nothing to sign on. If you meet a number of very basic requirements, you can join and we'll send you a class catalog and a fee schedule in several days. In the meantime, you'd have a basic 10th class thug membership so you can begin to take advantages of the activities and facilities.
Sounds good.
Do I earn a salary?
Not for the first 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
Although you can earn a commission on certain high-risk activities involving probable physical damage.
What are the basic requirements?
There are 3 requirements. The proper uniform for an entry-level thug, a current organization member in good standing to sponsor you, and performing at least 1 validated harassment.
Interesting.
Why don't you sponsor me?
I get asked that a lot. That's why they don't let me.
What's the proper uniform for a thug?
Sunglasses, ponytail for men, and at least 1 permanent tattoo in a normally visible location.
In a normally visible location, wow. You curse yourself for rubbing off that pentagram, but you don't think it would have passed as a permanent tattoo anyway.
What list?
The receptionist points to the bulletin board on the wall.
All of our current harassment requirements are posted there.
Sweet. Very interesting.
Very interesting.
I would like to sign... Oh, what are the activities?
What are the activities?
The classes are mandatory, but we also have many extracurricular programs and social gatherings. We sponsor the Discovery Annex programs on flirting with danger, how to make us $1 million in real estate, and how to clean clocks. We have clubs and social events, like our glee club, the Rapscallions, and the theatrical group, the Mighty Kirsten Art Players. You might be interested in next week's New Thug Soiree. The theme this year is Moonlight Under the Scars.
Oh, I like that. Let's sign on.
Wonderful.
Before you can say a word, she's got your arm in an iron grip and quickly, expertly fingerprints you. She whips out a form and starts firing questions at you like a Gatling gun. She hands you a blank harassment voucher, shows you the sponsorship cards on the counter, and tells you to come back as soon as possible with all the paperwork filled out and your uniform. A moment later, she's shaking your hands and congratulating you. Let's look at this bulletin board. The Underworld Management Center has been gracious enough to allow community events announcements to be posted inside the building.
Robin Steele's office. I'm sorry, she's in solitary right now. May I take a message? Thank you.
Let's read. Darn, you missed last week's local high school production of The Godfather. Without having seen the show, the poster would be a souvenir without emotional significance. Oh, there's the list. Open harassments. Beneath it is a table of names, locations, and harassable offenses. Okay. Open harassments. Note payments made at the time of harassment must be brought to the 3rd floor cashier's office and receipt attached with the voucher when submitted. Pearl Barley, Paul Bearer, Les Doyle, Perrier, Lucia, Pearls. Oh, this is where they work. Pearls necklaces, funeral homes, janitorial services. Ooh, home cooking. And World of Ascots. So his was Superior's late protection payment. There's a clipping here. It's posted the classifieds page from the Criminal Trade Journal Cement Overviews. Cheap Jeep! Surplus military vehicles. Own your own authentic US government supply vehicle. Unassembled, each part packed in oil. Build your own motorcycle Jeep. Attack Chopper Harrier, price to move, box 0183. Assault weapons, H&R models 91 to 94. IMT Uzi. Mollytech Galloy AR .223 belt feeds, converted for paintball use. Take out your boss with half a mag of fuchsia. Box 11743. Used class 3 machine guns, near mint, some scratches on blue. Earmarked for sale in Rwanda, now priced below cost. NRA approved. For mowing down strangers who knock on your door in the middle of the night, even if they only want to use your phone or ask directions. Now legal in Texas. Box 46. Lytton Steelton Tri-Gun Show and Fun. Tables available. Free pigeon shoot. Free varmint shoot. Refreshments. Potluck lunch. Choice of roast pigeon or varmint stew. Info Dingo Lodge 90210. Lytton, of course, was from Police Quest. Pre-fired SKS rifles. Include sling, cleaning clip, kit, stripper clip, sight adjustment tool, spike bayonet. The only 1991 production rifle that kills, guts, cleans, and strips your kill with a single round. Box 7667. Summer's coming. Glenn's Gun Rack reminds you that fireworks are illegal in this district. Fireworks are hazardous and about responsible for hundreds of needless injuries every year due to the lack of supervision and human error. Thank you for observing our local laws and come to our July 4th semi-automatic blowout sale. 9mm Uzis, only $499. Corner of Hood and Scott. Knives, super sharp. Whisper quiet, release mechanisms, Bowie knives, fighting knives, shooting knives, ballistic knives, boot knives, tantos. I love them all, don't you? Wow. Also, Chinese throwing stars. Black powder guns, lightning loaders, real powder horns, ramrods, percussion caps. K&S Shooter Supply House, putting your eye out with that thing since 1955. Selling out, everything must go. Entire backstock of surplus military medals, knives, weapons, warheads. Contact Embassy of the former Yugoslavia. Come and visit the new Ammo Zaros, aren't we? Factory and precision, hollow point, lead copper, jacketed pistol, rifle, USM spec, non-corrosive, all guaranteed to go through things if propelled with sufficient enough force. Must be loaded and gun. Box 2104. Stun guns, 150,000 volt batons and solid state mini zappers. Won't burn out, specifically designed model to look like a wallet so that when you hand it to a mugger, he'll never know what hits him. Loosens barrels just by looking at it. Box 937. And that was all of that.
Yes, Miss Gegglesizer? I'm sorry, madam. Miss Otis called to say that she regrets she has to cancel lunch again today. But she did suggest coffee and dessert tonight after her meeting with the Retributions Department.
You're welcome, bye-bye. Okay, I believe I also need one of these cards. You take the top card off the stack. We've got elevators and walls and doorways, which the walls are marble. Oh, there's some people here. We've got a thug. A no-nonsense, no cerebral cortex kind of guy's holding up the wall. Don't wreck his train of thought. He's trying to figure out why the picture of Abby Landers is so blurry that you can't even make out the face. Okay. The thug looks at the thug stupidly and turns back to his quiet contemplation. You've either bored him or confused him. This is the thug. A creature halfway between a monkey and a blues brother sits behind the bar, idly passing the time, pretending to read and sipping coffee.
Yeah? Nope.
Oh, if I hang around, am I likely to see him?
Nope.
Apparently this section was not voice acted. Will you...
Nope, I don't give messages.
I'm looking for a kidney. The thug goes through the refrigerator, opens it, and looks inside. He then closes it and walks back over to you.
Nope. Just the two I put in there.
You didn't take them both out of the same person, did you? Thug place goes white. He struggles to remember.
I don't... Wait, no, that's right. They was from two different guys. Don't scare me like that.
Oh, I scared him.
Organization, West Side Drugs and Prostitution Department. Please hold. Thank you.
Yeah?
Been
in the family for generations. Good thing my great-great-great-great-grandfather picked up a pair when he had the opportunity. Scarce as hell now.
Do you know where I can get any?
Nope.
Drat.
I don't get it, but whatever.
Okay. Don't know why none of that was voice acted. Okay. Push. You go around the revolving doors a couple of times and end up outside. Okay. We can wear this to get our ponytail. You pull your hair through the rubber band. Oh my god. I think it kind of suits him better. Like, his eye looks much more firm and confirmed. I remember what needs to happen here. Yes, she's got glasses on her, if you can see. A pair of glasses is perched disrespectfully on the face of... on Charles V. You hop on the statue and snatch the glasses off Charles's head. Nobody stops you. They're pretty clean. Wiping the frames off your sleeve first, you put the glasses on. They play hob with your depth perception. You walk haltingly and miss when you try and pick up things. But they make you look so attractive you can't bear to take them off. Oh, beautiful, Jake. Just beautiful. We will remove them. We also can disassemble them, because we are going to turn these into, I have words, sunglasses. So now we have lenses. There's someone. Oh. Yep. Oop. Didn't mean to. No. Was there anyone else? There's bench warmers, so there are people. You wander through the park far enough to see this crowd of young men are engaged in a local variant of Russian roulette, using a portable tape player and a Michael Bolton CD. You really don't want to get involved with them. Makes sense. Ah, yes. I vaguely remember. Oh, the soup lady's gone. Hey, Maitre D. Maitre D shifts among the tables, wiping off the occasional overlarge chunk of carbonized air from the seats and tables.
Welcome, monsieur. Table for one? Oh, you're not here to eat. What do you want?
What kind of restaurant is this anyway?
Just what kind of restaurant is this anyway?
We have been in the same location for over 2 years. That's 14 in restaurant years.
True.
Our chef is Chef Sabiro, a graduate of the Donner School of Culinary Arts in Oakhurst, California.
Is that California?
It was until half of the state fell into the Pacific or near Ocean.
Oh.
What are your specials today?
Our featured appetizers tonight are Lawyer X Pate with a walnut confit and steamed mussels with saffron and fennel. For a main course, we are offering a delicious broiled Maine mobster with drawn butter and Chechen with 40 clones of Gaelic.
Is that real drawn butter?
Not really, but it is a very convincing lithograph.
True. Do go on, I'm fascinated.
Do go on. I'm fascinated.
For dessert, we have assorted Belgian tarts and a spectacular vanilla souffle, flayed right here at the table.
It all sounds delicious.
Perhaps you would like something?
Not a chance in hell. How can anybody ever decide?
It can be a problem, particularly when we have only one serving left of a particular special.
Aha.
One night, the demand got so outrageous that I had to pry 2 women apart.
Really?
They are our last 2, so we had to split them and serve them as half portions.
Ooh.
Thank you, I've lost my appetite.
The maitre d' returns to tending to his flock. Like lambs to the slaughter! Well, let's harass him. You walk up to the man who seems to be the restaurant's maitre d'.
Pardon me, is your name by any chance Perry Ye?
Oui? Who is inquiring?
Hey, I'm here to harass you about your late protection payment.
Oh, terrific. Can't you see the lunch crowd I've got here?
I'm sorry, I'll come back after they've cleared out.
I would appreciate it.
Oh, his accent changed during that as well. Now this man here. Glazier. This glazier, in preparation of cutting a windshield, is drawing lines on it with magic marker. It's so nice to see that there are individuals plying their craft with pride and care.
Yes, sir, Mr. Pook. Oh, yes?
What you doing?
What you doing?
Mr. Pook over there needs another windshield.
This happens a lot, does it?
Used to be only a couple times a month. It's a little more often now that he quit the organization.
This organization intrigues me. Tell me more.
Well, they're right over there.
He indicates some big Australian-looking building.
It looks like the Sydney Opera House.
Close. It's supposed to be a bloomin' onion.
What can you tell me about
onion.
them?
Well, they're delicious. You take an onion
No,
and...
tell me more. Tell me more about the onion.
Hold on, let me write this recipe down.
It's not that complicated.
He explains the process to you and you nod politely. You were being facetious when you told him you wanted to write it down, but he must not be trying that hard to read your mind.
I meant about the organization.
Oh, well, they control pretty much everything that goes on. They're very tough, but they're consistent.
Do you know who Dr. Duplicitous is?
Hey, come on. Why are you giving me a hard time? What'd I do to you?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to give you a hard time.
Okay.
Cool.
Sorry, didn't mean to pull you away from your work.
Yeah, don't let that happen again.
I remember this. We need to look away from the plumber's crack, but instead take the glass cutter. You sneak up behind the glazier and deftly pluck the cutter from his belt. You quietly pick up the magic marker.
Yeah?
What's happening,
What's
man?
happening?
I don't know where my cutter is. I can't believe I lost it. I never lose my tools.
Don't you have another?
Don't you have another?
Well, usually. I left it at the job I just came from. I don't understand how this could happen. I'm so careful with these things. And I know it was here. Unless the blackouts are returning. Have you noticed me stripping and running around in an aroused state?
Yikes!
What do you mean by aroused state?
I mean, when I was naked, was I obviously, turned on? Excited?
Nothing like that. Naked, yes. Excited, no.
The glazier heaves a great sigh of relief.
Well, that's good. Now, where's that cutter? I'm gonna have to retrace my steps.
Well, I can help you with that, sir. I found the glass cutter. You do the right thing.
Excuse me, I believe this is yours?
The glazier hesitantly takes the glass cutter.
This is just like the one I had.
It is. It's yours.
No, I don't think so. I lost mine yesterday. This one I actually took from this other guy who had it sticking out of his belt.
Maybe you're getting some wires crossed.
No.
He pulls out a wad of bills out of his pocket, counts them off, and presses them into your hand.
I can't accept this money.
Sure you can. Look, this is great. Now I've got one to replace the one I stole until I found the one I lost.
Rather than contradict the glazier, who seems determined to pay you for giving back his own glass cutter, you relent and accept the money. Beautiful. And now I'm going to take some of this lovely tinting. And then I use the tinting on the lenses. You should probably trim those. Oh, but I did just get rid of the thing that would trim them. I will think on that. I will possibly... Oh, wait, can I pick up the... No. Either way, what we can do is we can get ourselves a tattoo now. Money!
What's this for?
I think I'd like to buy a tattoo.
You think? But you're not sure?
Well, maybe I'm sure.
Look around and find one you definitely want first.
Alright,
I like that one with the grid and the jagged line going down off the bottom. Is it just a design or does it have some significance?
That's Ross Perot's popularity, as illustrated in an easy-to-read chart.
Huh. What about this one?
What does that design say, the one with the U-shaped dotted line?
Push thumb in, pull flap up.
Ooh.
I love the detail on that eagle with the submachine guns. Is that for a biker club or a motorcycle?
No, that's the Postal Service's new insignia.
Sweet, sounds cool.
It'll cost you that whole $30 in your wallet.
Do you have anything cheaper?
I was giving you a break. $50 is usually my minimum. This is for the thugs?
Yeah.
You don't want that design. I'll give you what you need.
For $20?
He just stares at you.
All right. $30.
You start to hand him the wad of money when he pauses and looks straight in your eyes.
Are you positive about this?
Do it to it.
Do it to it.
Counts the money and puts it somewhere behind the counter.
Put your hand here.
He takes your hand and after swabbing it carefully with antiseptic wipes, quickly goes to work.
So you're giving me what all the thugs get, is that it? Ow. You know, I thought this was gonna hurt more than it does. It's actually not too bad. Ow. It's not a very colorful tattoo, is it? Ow.
Half an hour later. Oh, beautiful.
About how this friend of a friend of mine got his nipple tattooed, but it got infected, so eventually it fell off. Now, is that possible, or is it just an old wives' tale?
Done.
He carefully, he inspects your hand carefully, holding it up to an eye level and sliding down the lines to check himself for accuracy. It's a great job considering he did it freehand. The needle is thrown away. Hervé replaces it with the needle that he was using earlier on the pair, pulls out his trusty fruit and resumes practicing. You admire the job he did on the back of your hand, a perfect universal product code.
Great job. Do I have to take any special care of it?
Don't get it under any high-frequency lasers. They'll take it right out.
Thanks.
Sure.
Wow. Being careful not to stick yourself, you take the needle as a souvenir of your short but indelibly etched in your memory visit to Tattootoria. Cool, we can leave now. Now, I believe we need to get a stink bomb from this young man.
I didn't do it.
You got anything that would clear out a crowd?
I got good stink bombs.
Can I get one from you?
Maybe. What's it worth?
What do you want?
You got any blasting caps?
How about some really good chocolate?
No,
Really
but I'll
good
tell you
chocolate.
what. I'll trade you a bloodsicle for a stink bomb.
What's that?
Ice cream.
That's nice that you still have ice cream.
It's not really ice cream, but I like it because it spreads rapidly when you set it on fire.
Okay, fair enough. I'll get you a bloodsicle.
Excellent.
Go back to what you were doing. Don't lose a finger.
Okay, now I think we need to pick the lock on this. And I think, will it just go unlock or no? Whereas if I do this to this. Oh, is it not a different hotspot for the... Ah, there it is, padlock. Freezer padlock. The ice cream wagon lid has been padlocked to keep away thieves, varmints, and itinerant time-traveling folk singers. So now if I do that... You carefully insert the needle into the lock and work it around. In a few seconds, there's a click and the padlock pops open. With the lock picked, you're able to open the freezer door. As you do, the ice cream man bolts over to the restaurant, his face livid. He hollers you to get away from his wagon. He adds that he knows you just wanted him... Wait. He knows you just wanted him so that you could buy ice cream for the jerk with the firecrackers, and that you could have waited till he had his own dessert. Now we can talk to the ice cream man. You ask the ice cream man for a bloodsicle and then realize you spent every cent you had on the tattoo. Fortunately, the ice cream man picks up on the fact that you've got chocolate. Facts in chocolate, he asks you? You tell him, in fact, that you've had one of those original 3 bars. He knows you're telling the truth and is extremely impressed. You give him a small taste of chocolate and he willingly gives you the bloodsicle. And I click through part of that. Bloodsicle, meat punk. Thank you. You swap the bloodsicle and the bomb with the young man, whose eyes light up. Isn't it nice to see that even these days of jaded youth, ice cream still brings the light to a child? He practically inhales the ice cream and meticulously licks off the stick.
Watch this.
He pulls out a match and lights the dry end of the stick. He cocks his arm back and flings the stick across the park. As it reaches the end of its arc, it bursts into flame and explodes when it hits the ground. Cars swerve, mothers scream, fathers weep, children applaud, and the punk giggles maniacally.
See? That's why I wanted you to buy it for me. They won't sell them to kids my age.
You evil fiend.
Not yet, but someday I hope to be.
Sweet. Let's stink up this life.
Get that away from here. You'll chase away my customers.
Exactly. The stink bulb lands on the ground in front of Holmes Cooking and fills the block with a foul stench. The maitre d' runs into the street trying to get everyone to come back or at least pay for their bills. Oh, there we go. Woo! Oh, and they're all gone. Perrier rushes back outside and quickly removes the bomb for the
Mon
premises.
Dieu, please do not leave, Madame, Monsieur.
The crowd at the restaurant has a similar reaction and they clear out immediately.
Je suis... Ah, God damn it.
Your lunch crowd seems to have cleared out. You owe us some money, I believe. You better pay up or else.
Oh, yes, it's harassment time, isn't it?
Damn straight, mister.
Yep.
Very well, go ahead.
If you don't give us our money pretty soon, we're gonna have to get tough. Maybe damage all of this, okay? So let's get with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, consider yourself harassed.
That's it? You call that harassment? That's hardly even making a nuisance of yourself. Here, grab me by the collar.
Oh, I think he's into it. You grab the maitre d' by the collar.
Now, shake me.
You shake him back and forth.
Not so gently. What am I, a baby?
You shake him harder.
Like that?
It'll do. Now, hit me.
Do I have to?
And you're in the organization. Come on. Okay, slap me then.
You half push, half smack him in the jaw.
Pitiful. Harder. Come on, my grandmother could harass me better than that. Rough me up. Throw me against the brick wall. Punch me in the stomach.
Oh, he's very into it. You give him an Indian burn.
No, like this.
He hurls himself bodily against the wall, then throws him across the table and onto the floor. He stomps himself a few times for good measure, necessitating a rather awkward contortion. Finally, he stands up and wipes a trickle of blood from the corner of his mouth.
That kind of thing. Now, do you want to give it a try?
You give him a very hard noogie at the top of the head.
Hopeless. That was the worst harassment in the whole glorious history of harassment. Okay, I'll have the money by tomorrow, yada yada yada. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Did you fill in the form? Yes. Good. I think I can go back in here. Yeah. Oop. Where's the entrance to the organization? Trees. Street light. Ah, that's what I was looking for. Hey, baby. What do you reckon? She takes the voucher from you and compares it to the list on the bulletin board.
This seems to be in order. Very good. Did Mr. Ye make any payments to you directly?
No.
The receptionist stares at you for a moment and you feel a slight breeze on your brain.
Very good. And do you have your other prerequisites?
Not quite yet.
Yep.
Well, you keep a hold of this voucher and present it to me when you've got all the prerequisites satisfied, okay? Okay.
Thanks.
Cool.
I'm glad Josie wasn't around to see that. I just know she'd give me a hard time about it.
Sorry, Jake. I meant to say push. Yeah, I thought there was that old lady that we were talking to. Is she somewhere around here now? Ah, there she is. The old lady is obviously no match for the young man who's exchanging heated words with her.
Hello.
I hardly recognize New York.
I haven't heard that name in years. It sounds so much nicer.
What's it called?
Shady Hood.
Do you know why they changed it?
It had something to do with the city owing a lot of money. The city changed its name and moved the boroughs around and tried to pretend it was some other city that didn't know where New York had gone.
Did it work?
No, dear, but they sold the name and paid off the debt.
So there's still a New York City?
Yes, but it's in Tokyo.
Huh.
You're not in the organization by any chance, are you?
Oh, yes, they have bingo.
Would you sponsor me?
I'd be honored. I think you'd make a very nice crook. Stand up and let me look at you.
You obligingly stand and pirouette for the old lady.
Yes, you'll do well. Oh, this is so exciting. Where do I sign?
You give the old lady your sponsorship card and she fills it out, smiling widely the whole time.
There you are. You'll let me know how you're doing, won't you? I want to be able to tell people my protege is successful. And you come to me with any assignments you don't know how to handle, okay?
Of course. And thank you.
Goodbye.
Now, does this man have... Oh, he does. He's got a utility knife for me. I'm just gonna... This time you hardly even bother to be sneaky when you borrow the glazier's equipment. You carefully pair the scrape tinting until you've got 2 lens shapes rounds. Tinting onto this. You'll fix the circular tinting to the glasses and attempt to squeeze out as many of the air bubbles as you can. They're plenty clean. You press the tinted lenses into the frame. Miraculously, you've come with a half-decent looking pair of sunglasses. Yeah, now we look great. I think we have everything we need. You hand the sponsorship card over to the receptionist. She checks the name against the list of approved sponsors.
This seems to be in order. Have you met all your prerequisites?
I think I do.
Let's see.
She goes over her list with care. She approves your new hairstyle, your sunglasses, and your tattoo.
Smart choice of tattoo. Most of us end up getting one of the UPC tattoos anyway. It makes payday go so much quicker.
Doesn't it? She then meticulously checks both your harassment voucher and your sponsorship card.
Yep, these are both just fine. Congratulations, Mr. Stonebender. I have a feeling being a third-rate thug is just the beginning for you. Just a moment and I'll get your license.
She types into her terminal underneath the counter and a minute later produces a slick laminated card certifying you as a third-class thug in the organization.
Thanks for waiting. You'll be receiving your class schedule and information packet in the next few days. And at your first class, you'll be fingerprinted and photographed.
Thank you. I'll try to make you proud.
I love that they... included the music. We are going to save at this point, and we are going to move over to Control.